Okay, let's dashboard. That's the one I want. That is the one I want. Okay. Yeah. The problem is I rebuilt. I added a method to human, which unfortunately is rather a slow thing to build. It's kind of annoying. High video preview. Okay. Okay. That's great. Test chat message. That appears to work. Excellent. Okay. Cool. So how are we doing here? Okay, we have a crash. Right, did you mean name generator? Yes, that's because history doesn't expose the name generator. Why has history got a name generator? I suppose it needs one in order to generate the regular names. Generator, I don't really want to expose it, but I kind of need a random first name here. I don't really want to create my own one. They're quite heavyweight. Probably the best thing to do is just to add an accessor for that. You should probably do some sort of name generation service. Okay. Let's just expose that for the moment. The way that I've architected this is that the events, when they're applied to a particular person, they get access to the history object so that they can change more global things inside the history. They don't have access to much else though, which is kind of by design. Okay, let's see if this is going to do the trick. Take a little while to load. Okay, so once this is done, basically we're overriding the name because the gender's changed, potentially, because the game chooses the gender actually at the point of birth now, rather than at the point of conception, which is when the baby is actually created in the system. But then the following year, the baby actually gets born, and then at that point we choose to see whether or not it's a boy or a girl. And the problem is that that choice was independent of the original name we gave the baby at conception, which means that it was just overriding it, which means that they had the wrong type of name. So we had girls named Jeffrey and John, etc. So that's now hopefully fixed, but because I had to add an accessor to the human class, that's taken a little while to rebuild. This is a great time. Just checking that we've got good output rate. Yeah, that's working okay. This is taxing my poor laptop. I need to get a faster machine. This is only a year old, but I've discovered that live streaming at the same time as developing C code isn't necessarily the best thing to do. Unfortunately. Doing a little bit of pruning. Okay, how are we doing? Okay, we're into the GUI. Need more power. And my computer isn't 100% CPU. I guess because it's only generating one thing at a time. When you build the game in parallel, it happens really fast, but it does require a full rebuild to do that. I think this is a great time for me to go get a cup of tea. So I shall be right back. Great, that's fantastic. So the game is now working again. Finished building that. Test pass, so that's great. Let me just clear the screen. There we go. And then switch the screen to the game. Not that one. That one. Okay, so as you can see, it's just generating the game. It takes a little while to do. The reason I'm choosing 50 people per city is because it just tends to generate about 20 families, 20 different options for characters that we can be. There we go. Right, 35 possible families, even better. Right, so let's check out the names. Tammy and Arthur, Joyce and Steve, Claudia and Leroy, Gloria and Herman, Jacqueline and Bobby, Arden and Tommy, Joe and Harold, yeah, that's fixed. Marilyn and Sparkman, Stacy and Don, Emma and Jesse, Stovolds, Cora and Matthew, they look pretty good. Choose. Except that choose doesn't do anything yet, and that's the next thing. Great. Fixed. Happy with that. Okay, so let's see what I've changed. No. Yes, that's fine. Yes, that's okay. It's also okay. If I was to write this game again, it would be totally different the way I'd approach it. Where's the actual fix? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Set gender on birth with new name. No, set new name and birth with gender. Cool. That is done. So the next thing, I won't push that yet. Player generation and life choices. So as you saw earlier, the issue is that at the moment it doesn't do anything when you say use this family. So when we're in the world generation and we say choose this family, it doesn't do anything because it does next family.